Hey everybody, how you doing? Hopefully doing good. If not, hopefully I can cheer you up, at least distract you. Okay, this is an interesting distraction, okay? And hopefully you guys make some light of it, some fun out of it. I just realized my reason for existence, my density. I just realized what my density is. Not my destiny, it's getting to that. I guess my destiny is to tell you guys that there must be a God. There must be, especially in my case. Um, Now, what I'm saying about my density is there's two things I couldn't put together, two things that I just couldn't put together. I make all these things and I have to call it art. Now they look very technical is the thing. And I couldn't put those two things together. The fact that they're art, but they look very technical. Look, doesn't that look technical to you? It's a shuttle style ship. I know it's not perfect around the edges or anything like that. This is one of the most straightest flyers I have. It flies very accurately. Now I understand why they use shuttles. And it's got a cross section in the bottom and everything. It's weighted at the right areas and everything. I got a weight right here where it belongs. That's a clamp right there. And this one is so weird that I couldn't reproduce it the same way. I don't want to dissect it and take the tape off and rip it apart and all that stuff to do it again. If I have to, I could, but that's a special order, if you know what I mean. And nobody's ordering anything from me, but I'm just saying, just in case, if I had to, that would be the reason. Somebody wants it, wants a copy or something, or wants this one and I want one for myself, another copy, or need a copy. Somebody wants a need a copy. Now here's how I reproduced it. A different, totally different. It's almost the same thing. I can't say that they're outlandishly different, but they look alike. This is the mini. It's just a totally different approach. Totally different. Okay? And yeah, it's not the same at all now that I noticed. It's not the same at all. But I tried and it didn't work. It didn't work. So what I'm trying to convey to you is it's like I have an analogy that I could give to you that I've had for years. It's all coming from the back of my head, in other words, to me. Okay? There's a hole in the wall. Either bread comes out, I apologize for the noise. Either bread comes out the hole or all the ingredients, one or the other. Now, if the bread comes out, how'd they make it? How did the back of my head put it together? I have no clue. Okay? Now, sometimes I get lucky a little bit more, just a little bit. Like when I made my Sega Genesis, my Sega Game Gear, the audio from the left ear to the right ear, it was just one wire that connected, because you see the audio had stereo audio, but I didn't know how to put it together at all because everything I needed just came out of the hole, like bread ingredients. Okay, I mean I have ingredients, but how do I cook the bread? What's the process? I have no idea. So this happened. This is exactly what happened with the Sega Game Gear when I brought the audio back. And what I did was basically split it. I split the one sound coming from one side of the headphone jack to the other side. Now I knew exactly what to use, and I had a way to detect the audio. I had something. I had an audio source. I had the board with me, and I didn't know how to put this whole thing together. All the stuff I needed was in my head to figure out how to do this. I just didn't know where to put what. I had things backwards at first. I had to do the process of elimination of how to measure the sound and how to make it go to the other side and all that thing and all that stuff. I didn't know what I was doing. I had all the equipment. I had all the parts. I had even headphones. Everything I had. The headphones I remember now that I've done it already. I've done it already. Okay, there was no calculations though. Okay, it's just like this stuff. So I'm trying to make a point out of that. That there was calculations. I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to calculate. So I had everything on. I had everything backwards and everything. I had the headphones in the wrong thing, but when I got done, I had the headphones inside the board where the audio goes to. Okay, and then I had to invent a way to use the tester. And what I did was I took the alligator clip of the tester and I put it on part of the of another headphone jack. I think it was something like, I don't even know what. I just realized I don't remember the whole thing. That's how bad it is. Okay, so I just proved something. Instead of proving the other thing, I proved the one thing I was trying to prove. I should prove all along. I'm proving exactly what I should prove all along. I didn't know what I was doing, and I still don't know what I'm doing. It's all coming from the back of my head. So the beautiful thing about origami is that I guess I did it long enough. I did it long enough where I wound up like my hands were moving on their own. It was so much like that. Like Van Halen, I said on the last video. He took 2 years, he practiced and practiced and practiced, and it seemed like his hands were going on by himself. This happened to my son as well with his guitar. With him and his guitar, his fingers seemed to fly all by themselves. So when I made all these folds and all these different projects, the different, I don't know how to say that. Like I used a triangle to make as many flyers as I could. Then I used something that was made up of nothing but triangles, which is a lot different. It was a geometric shape that I wound up with. I didn't even know what a geometric shape is until someone said, "Hey, that's a beautiful geometric shape." And that geometric shape is made of nothing but triangles, which is a lot more difficult to work with. And that came out into another line of flyers. So the triangle, I folded many different ways to get different flyers, and they all fly. Don't ask me how, because even my point further is, even when I was trying to make them fly, I didn't know where to put the weights and stuff at to get them to fly right. Everything I did, I didn't know how to make it fly. Okay, so all this is coming from somewhere, and my hands seem to be flying, working by themselves. It can't be just me. This has got to be some kind of gift, is my point. Okay, how the heck do I not know the mathematical equations to make these things fly, and yet they were already ready to be flied? They just need to count the weights and structure and stuff like that, like cross sections and weights and things like that, and tape to solidify and things like that, and to be folded correctly, because sometimes they were even folded the wrong way. I have a ship right here that somehow my hands magically seem to be working on their own, which is what I'm talking about when I'm doing these things. Somehow I don't know what I'm doing, but it comes out fine in the end. This one was not working, and for some reason, for some strange reason, I don't know what it was, because this was straight. This was straight. This is what it looked like. It looked like this, but straight. Now they're in. For some reason, if you look at those dips, the dips are back. They're backwards now. See those dips? They're sticking out now. They're sticking out right here and here. For some reason, I don't know what it was. It didn't fly before, but for some reason I dipped those in, and look what can happen to it now. It closes like a bug and everything now. Very strange. It closes like it has wings that close and open now, and now it does fly. In other words, what possessed me to do that? I don't know. I have no clue, and it was exactly the perfect spot to do it, and now it's flyable. It flies now. It'll probably still fly right now. Let's see. Even though I just did something to it, it might still fly right now. Point blank, it flies. And I'll get it now, but so what I'm saying to you, the only thing that's explainable to me, yeah, maybe I worked hard on doing all those people's work for 2 years, but all the stuff I made, which is tons, it's the whole apartment's full of stuff that I did, or whatever came to me. In music, that's called whatever comes to you. Okay, so it's I would recommend crescendos and decrescendos in music for like a harmonica type of style, to like freestyle and freestyle. Okay, freestyle and freestyle, crescendos, and I don't know if you guys understand that. Anyway, somehow everything I need is in every piece I have, but I still don't know. It does fly if I could find a way to make it fly, but they're all ready to be processed. How did I get so lucky? So many pieces, and just about all of them, and I mean just about all of them, different techniques. One is like a geometric shape that's full of triangles, nothing but triangles, and I got beautiful ships like that. Okay, that they're big and small. They fly. I have some that are like stingrays, different long and wide and different shapes of stingrays, different styles of stingray looking flying things. I have something that looks a lot like the Star David, and they fly in the cockpit itself flies because I have that too. This piece right here flies by itself. If I were to cut that out, it'll probably fly. Just about everything I've done flies. I keep saying I've done, like I don't think I'm doing this, is my point. Because how do I not know what I'm doing and it happens anyway? How do I get the product and I still got to get it to fly even though it's ready to fly? In a sense, it's ready because it does fly. Now these are probably the best examples I could think of because they fly straight and easy. Okay, so let me demonstrate that. Let's use a little one. I got to grab it differently. It doesn't have a cross section. Oh, it just has a bar. And it just has, not a bar, but one of those tie things that you zip, one of those zip ties. It's got it right there with some tape there. That's all it has. That's all it has. This is not the other one that I flew, which I think is, I don't know where I put that. I think I put it back. But let me show you how easy these fly. These are the most direct and easiest ones to fly. Okay, because they're very shuttle-like. Okay, so like the space shuttle. Perfect. Excellent. That's probably my best shot of the day. But I was practicing earlier with some other birds. They look like birds. And that's my previous video. Please check that out. So here's the other one. This is also very direct. And I'm knocking something around. So I got to throw it from here because I don't want to knock anything. It's got a big part in the top here. I just bent it a little bit. Okay, that's cool. This is very direct. Same thing. That's how direct these are. These are the most direct ones I have, and they're not even my favorites. And even though this is the most strangest fold I had that I couldn't even produce it. Look at how strange the bottom looks towards the back. Look at all that stuff that's going on. It's one day I'm gonna have to analyze it just from that to get the rest of it because I don't know what I did. Then look at the shark. Let's call it a shark fin for now. Look at how intricate that is. It's from here to there to there, and look at it from the back. One of the strangest folds I've ever done. And they're both very, very direct, like I said. So all this coming from back here, it's like bread coming out. How they put it together behind the wall. All the ingredients come out, like all the stuff I needed to analyze the PC board from the Game Gear audio, to get audio from one side to the other, and it was brilliant. I don't know how I came up with that either. Just one wire from one side to the other. You know how audio, experts know this stuff. I don't. Now I do. But you know how you have a stereo jack for headphones, and on the opposite side where the soldering is, it's like a triangle. The top is the ground. The two sides, that's where the wire goes. Just one wire. Brought the audio to the left and the right, so you can plug headphones into your Game Gear. Cool, real cool. And it's just because all the stuff I needed was in my head. It just happened. I don't know why I have this strange gift, because I can't do anything like math to prove it. You know, I could show you how I did it. Finally, after figuring it out, I had to figure everything out. Just like I had to figure out how to put all the weights, where to put the bars and everything on these on the right spot and everything to get them to fly. All these pieces have some kind of weight system or some kind of support system or tape and stuff like that to get them to fly straight. You know, even the strange one that I showed you. This one has a hang glider that is no longer like a hang glider. I used somebody's idea, and I piggybacked off him, but it's nothing like his stuff anymore, because it really was a hang glider looking thing, 100%. There's nothing hang glider looking about this. This strange thing flies. It flies, and something told me that I wanted two triangles. You know, two. If you could see them, there's two of them. Okay, there's two of them, one on top of the other, and then with the fold is more harder to see. And then this section, which I have somewhere, which I'll show you in a minute. Hopefully I'll grab it. I'll grab it now. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. There it is. This has only one weight. This plastic is from plantain chips. This plastic is special material, I think. Okay, because it's thicker and something about it is just wonderful to work with. Sometimes it's a problem when it gets bent out of shape. It might be bent out of shape now, I don't know, but I think it'll fly just fine. I don't think there's any problems with it. But that's the cockpit. It's an idea for cockpits, okay, to fly, to eject the cockpit first so it can continue to fly. And then that cockpit has a chair that can probably eject as well. But yeah, so all this stuff, intricate as it may be, scientifically intricate as it may be, like mathematical, I don't know any math to it. It's like there has to be a God. I apologize for those rings. There has to be a God. Okay, what a gift. Even if I'd never produce any more of these again, of any kind, I'm happy. I'm happy that I got to put two and two together, that I'm not that smart, and for some reason I'm doing very smart things. You understand? Very intellectual, difficult things to put together without the math. Okay, that to me is a lot of proof. Now you might not believe me, and you probably have some good reason. It's all back here, like I said. It's still there, is what you're saying, probably. But look at how intricate it is. Without a reference, this is strange. It really is like your hands are going by themselves. And it would be nice for me to know what's going on while my hands are moving. It's that weird. It was for a lot of these, that weird. That my hands seem to be going off by themselves, and I don't understand really what's going on. Okay, until I put everything together, the weights is I got a clamp here, I got a clamp here, a little mini clamp, and a mini clamp back here. That took time. All this took time. Look at the clamps. 2 clamps there. I'm gonna grab this like this for a second. There's a clamp there which I had to figure out up and down where to put. So all these are ready to go. You just got to figure out the rest. I did. Maybe you're a genius, someone out there. I'm not, by no means. Maybe there's something genius about how my hands work with my mind. I call that the genius of origami, and this should be the genius of origami. I might put that up there, but I'd rather I figured out the reason of my I figured out the reason of my density, which is to lead me to my destiny, and it's to tell you there's got to be a God blessed thing. It's got to be a miracle. Okay, so I flew those 2 for you. Now let me show you what this is like. I have a big one. I just don't want to take that down wherever it is. I think it's over there. And here's the cockpit section, which is gorgeous, by the way. Gorgeous. Now here's this piece. This one kind of slides around a little bit, but if you're very direct, it still flies. So this would need, how should I say, if it was real, if it was big, and it was technical and all that, it would probably need a computer to fly right, because you really have to know how to throw this one. I don't even know if it's ready to go, but let's go. Let's give it a shot. And like it slides, it's like a boat, you know, with wind on the left of it blowing, or on the right. It slides around a little bit when you fly it, but let's try. Excellent, excellent throw. And I don't want to waste you guys' time, so I'll get it later. Here's the other one. I have to throw this a special way like this, which is difficult because it could go this way or that way, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Awesome shots today, by the way. I guess because I'm not thinking, I'm just doing it, you know. Usually when I think about it, overthink it, like now, I mess it up. But let's see if I can do it right. High, but it went pretty straight. It went pretty much on this course here. Let's do that one again. I want to go over you. And while I'm here, I like to get that other one. So yeah, if you hang around, I'll throw that. If you hang around, please. If not, please like and subscribe if you feel like, if you're feeling me. And I hope you understand where I'm coming from, because I'm not smart enough with math to put this on paper and then build it. Like, I can't even go backwards. Like, I can see it. I don't know how to take that and explain it on paper. Can't even do that. Which is an idea I would have to go to school for. But here we go. Let's try this again. I'm going to try and get it right over you. Ooh, excellent shot. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Love you guys very much. There's got to be a God. It just has to be. I mean, especially for me to miss it by a year or two, maybe more, a few more years. No, I started this stuff. Well, no, I did my own stuff maybe about 2 years or a year or something like that. My own stuff, and the whole apartment is loaded, and different, different, different variations of like skinny, like narrow and long, and different stuff. Different techniques for different lines of planes, and that's what I could say. Different techniques for different lines of planes, and the whole apartment is pretty much full of planes, and they're all original, and they all fly pretty much, except for one because I taped it wrong. I could go back and fix that. I'm pretty sure. I'm not absolutely sure. Could be something else, but I think I did a bad tape job on that. Anyway, it's also a small one of the big one, and the big one's fine. I don't know about now because I have it set a certain way. It doesn't want to stay on the wall in a way. It gets warped a little bit. It doesn't want to stay the way I want it to stay. So I might have to take that down and let it unwarp. I call it rest. So even that's interesting. Some of these planes, they won't fly unless I rest it overnight. Something special about origami that I even have one that's called rest, because that's the first one I noticed that I left it overnight, threw it the next day like a dream. It just flew. So some of these won't work right away. You could battle all you want to try to fold it in place and everything. Something about it, if it doesn't rest and settle in some kind of way, get back into some kind of shape overnight, it won't fly. It won't fly. It's like the mistakes you've made get unmade just by resting it on a counter somewhere flat. Anyway, enough said. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Yeah, I believe there's a God, and hopefully this is enough for you. Please like and subscribe if you're feeling me. Take care and be blessed.